Unleashed Hollywood news presence. George Clooney's triumphant Broadway debut, a star-studded celebration. Opening soundtrack and visuals of Broadway lights, red carpets, and George Clooney on stage. Voiceover. In the heart of New York City, under the dazzling lights of Broadway, a Hollywood icon has taken a bold new leap, one that's as dramatic and powerful as the roles he's become famous for. George Clooney, the silver-haired gentleman we've admired on the silver screen for decades, has made his long-awaited Broadway debut. And let's just say, it was nothing short of legendary. On Thursday, April 3, 2025, at the historic Winter Garden Theater, a palpable buzz filled the Manhattan air. Fans lined the block. Celebrities stepped onto the carpet with reverence and anticipation. And inside that theater, something unforgettable was about to happen. Clooney, now 63, took to the stage not as a movie star, not as a director, not even as the producer we've come to admire, but as Edward R. Murrow, the fearless journalist who challenged the darkest corners of McCarthyism during the Cold War. It was a role Clooney has long dreamt of playing. And now that dream has become a resounding reality. Good Night and Good Luck, the powerful story Clooney co-wrote and directed for the big screen in 2005, has been adapted into a gripping stage production. It's raw, it's resonant, and it's remarkably timely. And it's Clooney's personal passion project, one that has finally come to life under the hot glow of Broadway lights. But let's rewind a bit. This wasn't just another celebrity showing up on stage. This was Clooney in his element, but in a totally new arena. And what happened next? Well, Hollywood showed up in full force to support one of their own. Let's talk about that night. The curtains rose. The audience hushed. And George Clooney became Murrow. The transformation was immediate and electric. His voice measured and commanding. His presence magnetic. And the crowd? Hanging on every single word. The silence in the theater was deafening, only broken by gasps, murmurs, and eventually thunderous applause. It was a standing ovation that lasted minutes. One of those rare Broadway moments where the performance meets the myth, and both soar. Backstage, it was nothing but celebration. And outside, the energy was electric. Because Clooney's performance wasn't just about acting, it was a message. A declaration. A reminder of why we need truth-tellers more than ever. And who was in the crowd? Practically a who's who of Hollywood royalty. Anthony Edwards, Clooney's longtime friend and former ER co-star, couldn't hold back his pride. In an exclusive interview with People magazine, Edwards said, he's been wanting to play Edward R. Murrow for so many years that for him to actually fulfill his dream is pretty spectacular. Super proud of him. The support didn't stop there. Pierce Brosnan, suave as ever, chimed in with classic admiration. I love the man. Love George. Really love his movies, love his style, the way he conducts himself. He's got such class and he's so gosh darn confident and so handsome. And then, with a wink and a smile, Brosnan added, now I'm getting annoyed. His wife, the ever-graceful Keely Shea Smith, beamed with support as well, praising Clooney's philanthropic side. Great philanthropist. Advocates for the underdogs. It was a reminder that Clooney isn't just a great performer, he's also a man with a mission. And then there was Richard Kind. The hilarious, big-hearted actor and one of Clooney's oldest friends, sat front row with misty eyes and a full heart. As much as people think he's a great guy, he's better, Kind told the press with sincerity that echoed far beyond the theater walls. It's rare to see someone already at the top of their game take a leap into new territory. But for Clooney, this wasn't about ego. This wasn't about proving anything. This was about legacy. And he nailed it. Clooney's Murrow wasn't just a character. It was a statement. A throwback to integrity, to standing up when it's easier to stay silent. And in today's world, that message hits harder than ever. The crowd that night? Absolutely star-studded. Julia Roberts, Brad Pitt, Amal Clooney, Meryl Streep, Steven Soderbergh, Matt Damon, they were all there. Not as critics, but as fans, as friends, as family. Each of them rising to their feet with pride as the curtain closed and Clooney stood, humbled, center stage. Let's talk about what makes this moment so special. George Clooney didn't need to do Broadway. His legacy is already sealed in stone. Oscars, Emmys, Golden Globes, he's got it all. But what sets Clooney apart is his relentless curiosity, his passion for storytelling, his hunger for meaningful work. And that's what Good Night and Good Luck represents. Edward R. Murrow is more than a historical figure. He's a symbol of truth in journalism, of courage in the face of hysteria. And for Clooney, portraying him isn't just a performance, it's a calling. A chance to bring light to the shadows of history and remind us that the truth still matters. Clooney's dedication to this role wasn't born yesterday. He's been quietly preparing for this for years. Voice coaching, stage training, endless hours of rehearsal. And when opening night finally arrived, all of that effort exploded onto the stage with unforgettable force. Critics? Blown away. The New York Times called it a commanding, era-defining performance. The Hollywood Reporter praised his stoic vulnerability and sharp moral intensity. Social media? Lit up within minutes. #Clooney on Broadway trended globally. Fans raved. Videos of the curtain call went viral. And just like that, George Clooney had conquered another frontier. At 63, George Clooney has just proven something vital. It's never too late to dream bigger. In an age of fleeting fame, Clooney reminds us what true stardom looks like. Humility, integrity, passion, and yeah, a whole lot of talent. As he exited the Winter Garden Theater that night, his wife Amal on his arm, flashing that $1 million smile, Clooney was met with a roar of applause from fans who'd waited hours just to catch a glimpse. He paused, waved, and then, like Murrow himself might have done, gave a subtle nod as if to say, "Good night, and good luck." And that's why this moment, this debut, this performance, isn't just a career milestone. It's a cultural event. So here's to George Clooney, actor, director, activist, and now a bona fide Broadway star. Unleashed Hollywood News will be following the rest of his Broadway run closely, and if the buzz from opening night is any indication, we're witnessing history in real time. Closing music swells. For more behind-the-scenes updates, celebrity reactions, and in-depth coverage of your favorite stars, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, this is Unleashed Hollywood News, signing off with applause for a Hollywood legend who just took the stage by storm.